Hi everyone, my name is Hatem and I'm a singer-songwriter based in Vancouver, Canada. And today I want to talk to you all about my experience using Singdaptive's platform called Exchange.ly. Singdaptive is a company that offers online asynchronous team-based vocal coaching classes for singers like myself. And so when I first heard about them and they reached out to me to try out their service, I was extremely excited, a little skeptical, but ready to take on the experience. I've been singing all my life. My entryway into music has always been singing, has always been the human voice. And ever since I was a kid, I was obsessed with the idea of making my voice better. I spent hours on YouTube watching videos about technique, listening to the best singers. I read books, I joined choirs and got a little bit of training that way. And then after I started my music career and I started releasing music and performing a lot more, I noticed that my voice would get tired a lot quicker. So I started doing one-on-one vocal lessons in person. And then I stopped at some point while I was recording another project, and then the pandemic hit. So it had been a while since I'd had personalized vocal coaching and training, and I could feel it, honestly. I could feel it in my voice. So it came just at the right time. But I was a little nervous because I've had the experience of, weekly prolonged vocal lessons from a teacher that were personalized, that were in person, that were right there. And so I was scared that I was going to compare this to that and potentially not enjoy the experience as much. Once I decided that I was going to go ahead and review the platform, I created my account and I logged in, and the first thing that happened was I was asked what my goals were as a singer, what my goals were for my voice, and why I was coming to Singdaptive and why I was using the platform. For me, that was really important. I've had, good and not so great vocal coaching experiences on a one-to-one basis. And a lot of the ones that aren't so great start with a very generalized application of technique. So you walk in and you just start doing scales and exercises. And I really wanted to make sure, both in the past and in this case, that I was getting the right training for my voice. And so I filled that out, it took my time. And for me, I decided that I wanted to work on my agility because, I wanted to sing my runs faster and cleaner, and know that they're always going to be there. It's just such a big part of my vocal style. And I thought it'd be an interesting thing to test with the platform. So I submitted that, and then I got my first exchange. So an exchange is kind of like your lesson, but you are exchanging videos and text information asynchronously with your vocal instructor. So when I got my first exchange, my vocal instructor was assigned to me, my lead instructor, I should say. And I got a description of who they were, their background. They had a video that explained who they were, where they learned voice technique, and how long they've been teaching, a bunch of stuff about their background, which made me feel good because I felt like I was developing a personal connection with this person, even though I had never actually interacted with them one-to-one in real time. And after that, based on my goals, they put together a lesson plan, and the first one was obviously a little bit more kind of diagnostic to see where I was at. And so I went away and took some time and did the exercises, and then I filmed myself and uploaded them, which was an interesting experience the first time. You get nervous and your perfectionist comes out, and I want to retake all the videos a bunch, but I had to remind myself that this was about learning, and this was the point of this was to work on the imperfections and the flaws. And so I wanted to make sure that I showed that to the instructor. Another thing I learned throughout that first exchange was to not be shy, to make commentary, to talk in the videos, to, explain any challenges you had practicing that exercise, to really make the experience your own and own it. And thankfully, after I said my first exchange, when the instructor came back, they made sure to let me know that I could be a little bit more personable throughout, which really helped make the experience better. And so we kind of went back and forth that way. I'm actually still using the platform, and I'll probably film my next exchange right after this. And so I've been, working with my instructor for a few weeks. And for me, the overall impression of the experience is that, obviously in-person, one-on-one, dedicated, personalized vocal coaching is, especially with a great teacher who you have a great relationship with, is an incredible experience for any vocalist, for any singer, for any musician. But the truth is, we don't all have access to that. I was very lucky to have access to that at a certain point. But with the pandemic, there's not a lot of in-person coaching happening, and even outside of that, it takes time to show up to lessons, to schedule them, to get there and to be there. And if you are a musician of any sort, whether you're performing or recording, or you have another career or you're studying, all those things take time out of life. And so for me, I went from not paying any attention to my voice, promising myself that I was going to do my exercises on the weekend or after work today, or between rehearsals, and never doing that, to always having kind of a little bird on my shoulder that said, you need to film your next exchange, like you need to practice your exercises. And I think that's what it's really done for me, is it's reintroduced the space in my life to work on my voice, to do vocal training, and to do it in a way that's convenient. Whenever I find the time to do it is when I do it. And sometimes I've been good and I've done it immediately, and sometimes I have waited a long time. But at the end of the day, it's my journey, right? And I get to have that control over my time. So that's the first thing. It's really convenient, and it makes it easy to reintroduce space in your life for that growth and that learning and that development. The other cool thing about it is that it's team-based. So I was talking about my instructor being assigned to me earlier, and I said it was my lead instructor, because as you work through the exchanges, when there are opportunities for that person to bring in other people, they'll do that. They'll bring in other people for topics that they might not be as experienced in. And it really takes a wide range of, there's a wide range of topics, right? It can be about technique, breathing or your range, etc. It can be about performance and how you use your body when you perform. It can be about songwriting, it can be about musicianship. Whatever comes up is how the exchange kind of moves. Which brings me to my third point that I really loved, was that it was adaptable. I came in with a goal, and as we started to work on it, I would notice different things and mention them to my instructor when I filled out my exchange, and they would tailor the next lesson based on that conversation. So it's not a set lesson plan that everyone goes through, or everyone who wants to be more agile goes through, or everyone who wants to expand their range go through. It's about the person who's doing the exchange. It was about me and what my journey to my goal was. And so the instructor took the time to really change the lessons or the exchanges as we went. And we started working on breathing, and we started working on performance and how I use my hands and my body as I perform. So overall, it was a really great experience for me. I'm going to keep using the Exchange.ly platform, and if you are inspired and want to try it out yourself, I'll put the link in the description below, but you can create your own account. You can create a free account and try out the platform, and let me know what you think. Did you like it? Was it everything that I said it was? What were the downsides for you? What were the upsides? What are you comparing it to, right? What other experiences have you had in the past? Anyone who knows me knows I am a vocal nerd till the ends of the world. And so any chance to discuss different ways of learning and training, I would love. So thank you for watching. This is Hatem. Thank you to Singdaptive for the opportunity to test out the platform and to train and learn again. And yeah, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Thanks.